Alright. Let me turn my music down a little bit. Let's do some CTFs and stuff. Alright. There's somebody in my driveway looking at my car. I don't know what they're doing. I might have to stop and be like, I don't know what they're doing. They're with their kid, and they're just staring at my car. Very strange. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll go and shoo them away if they keep at it. Alright. What boxes do we need to do? What's the date today? The 2nd. I think we did this one last week, so we can just start with Tanuki and see how it goes. Let's open this up, and then let's also pull up Kaido. Let's clear out some of this history. In fact, actually, maybe we can just create a new project. Let's do Bugforge 3. Ah, I should have marked it as temporary. Never mind. It's all good. And let's do Firefox. And then let's grab this. And then head over here and see how it goes. Alright. Can't remember the what this one is, but we can take a look. Yeah, no, I think I remember. Since we can import decks, this is probably an XXE challenge. I think there's only 4 Tanuki challenges at the moment. 2 of them are XXE. One of them still has the import deck functionality and isn't XXE, but that's okay. Let's see, which one is it? Let's try and upload this deck.xml. Upload. Invalid file format or content. Okay, let's have a look. So if we go, where was that file? Documents. What's it called? Let me make this a bit bigger. Okay. Let's copy this deck.xml to deck2.xml. Let's see. Okay, so we've got this line, then we've got the DTD, the document type definition, and then we've got the deck, and then the name, description, category, cards, card front pack, /card/card/deck. So the actual format looks okay, but I think it probably doesn't like the external entity that we're using. So we can try something else. For example, let's look for what's it called? Is it XPath? I think it's XPath. Or is it X include? Yeah, this is what I was looking for. X includes attacks. Okay, this is what I wanted. Yeah, so we might be able to try this. So some applications receive client-submitted data, embed it on the server side into an XML document, and then pass the document. An example occurs when client-side data is placed into the backend SOAP request, which is then processed by the backend SOAP service. So since we can't upload a DTD, let's try and add this. So I think what we can do is if we paste this into here and get rid of this. And then I think this is just like pretty standard, but maybe we can, does this need to be in here? Or does it need to be here? I can't remember. And let's try doing flag.txt. I wonder if this is going to work. This wants to be something like this. And then we can get rid of this. And then how do we reference it? I can't really remember. Maybe... Does that make sense? I wonder if the lab can even reach out to this. I can't remember what restrictions there are. The lab should be able to reach the internet, so that's probably okay. Let's try it, see what happens. Choose file. It's been so long since I found XXE in a web application, but... Ooh, it actually went up okay. Oh, we get object. Okay, or at least we're on the right path, I think. So something worked, but something obviously didn't work as well. Let me just check that the stream is working properly, as expected. Oops. Oh yeah, we're good. Alright, let's see. If we get object, let's try and change this. Maybe we need to go like down a directory, or it's in the current directory, so maybe we just try this instead. And we can switch over. Oh, it's working fine. Yeah, that's good to hear. How you doing, John? Good to see you. I always get like nervous when I stream because like I'm always like the sound. Maybe the sound's not working. Maybe the endpoint's not working. I've done plenty of streams where it's gone wrong. So, all right, let's try replay on this, and then we'll just modify it in here. I think this is the easiest thing to do, rather than editing the file every time. Okay. Let's close this. Where are we? Oops, let me close this. Refresh this. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yes, that wasn't too bad. I think, yeah, just using the, what's it called? The X include instead of the external entity in the DTD is a nice technique to know. So, all good. Lab 1 done. So that was, what date was that lab? the 27th. So let's start copy pasta. I think by now it would say to me if something's wrong. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Alright, let's grab this one. Paste this in here. Welcome back to copy pasta. Jeremy at jeremy.com. Password. Here we go. Let's just create a snippet. Okay, snippet created. Nice. So, I can't remember what the, let's have a look at the tag for this one. Oh, it's broken access control. Okay. That narrows things down a little bit. We're not that cruel. Yeah, fair enough. That's true. The security community is pretty, on the whole, pretty full of nice people, which is good. We're thinking about broken access control. I think what we'll do is we'll test all the endpoints first to see whether we can get something like IDOR. And if that doesn't work, we can try and find some admin endpoints and attack those instead. I think that's the best way to go. Hey, what's up, Void Packet? How you doing? Good to see you. So we can can view. There's the share link as well. One of the previous labs had SQLi on this share link. Then we can comment. And then let's see what else we can do. We could edit as well. So we can come in, edit, update. And then, what else? What's in here? Oh, we can delete too. Okay. Let's just create another one so that we've actually got one in there. Alright, that's a lot of endpoints to look at. So, let's see. What have we got? Here's our register. We've got this post here. So I'm going to send this one to repeater because we might be able to, for example, post to the title of another one and it might change it. Maybe we change this to put. I think it's unlikely, but we might take a look at that endpoint anyway. Post API snippets, like, that's probably not very interesting. We might come back to that one. Get API snippets public. Get the comments. Post comments. We should probably have a look at that endpoint. Delete, we should look at that. Oh, there's put here. Definitely need to look at that. Okay, so there's about 4 endpoints that we want to take a look at. So let's just go from the put one. Oh, the music's a bit loud. Okay, hold on, let me pull it down a little bit. Hopefully that's better. I can pull it down more if needed. Let me send this. Our snippet not found because we deleted it. Let's do it on ID 9 because we created another one. Okay, so that one updated. Can we update snippets that don't belong to us? Yeah, not authorized to edit that snippet. Okay. So we don't have this. What if we try and delete? And then we can just get rid of the payload. Oh, it's thinking about it. Maybe we just crashed the application. Or it's because... Yeah, okay. It's because I didn't have enough carriage returns at the end. So something to remember with HTTP is that you need 2 blank lines at the end. 2 like and then carriage return, carriage return. I can't remember the exact structure. But yeah, if you delete this line, actually it gives you a warning in Kaido, which is quite nice. But it's, yeah, missing RN terminator. And we get our flag. Nice. Let's just hop into the app and see. Yeah, looks like one's gone missing. So this looks like a nice little finding. All right, let me terminate that one. And then Shady Oaks. I've been looking forward to seeing whether I can solve this one with Kaido. Because originally, like usually, you switch to Burp Suite to look at race conditions because you can do the like grouped requests. Obviously, that's really, really powerful. So let's see. The race window in this one is quite big. So yeah, it should be possible. All right. Where was it again? I didn't think it was in the trading. I think it was here in the exchange. So if we exchange 50 euros. Yeah, I see how it takes a few seconds to convert because the usually when you're doing something like this, you're working on a financial platform. It's got to go to the back end, then it's probably got to check with a load of other third-party services and do some stuff, and then it takes some time to come back. So that delay, hopefully we can overrun the limit if the window is there. So what's going to happen is it's going to do a check to see whether let's where am I? I need to do this in Firefox. It's gonna do a check to see whether we have stuff in our account, and then by the time it's gonna be like, yep, you do have stuff in your account, and then hopefully we're gonna get 2 or 3 of those requests in, 2 or 3 of those checks in before the end of the actual transfer, and when like the check value changes. So the race window is quite big for this one, which is quite nice. It's good for practicing. So let's convert this again. But I would definitely, if I was testing for race conditions, I would probably switch over to Burp Suite, but I don't have it installed on this particular machine at the moment. So for some reason, I couldn't get Burp Suite working on Omachi, which is kind of annoying, but I'm sure I can get it to work. But troubleshooting Java applications is honestly my like torture for me. So let's see. So we've got the 50 here. What I want to do is send this over to automate, and then let's just see whether we can get. I'm gonna do like how much do we want to do? 500. So the first one should definitely get in, and then let's just add this and then simple list and do like 501, 502, 503, 504, 505, 506, something like this. And then hopefully we'll be able to go into negative. We don't want any delays between them. 10 workers sounds good. Yeah, let's just run it and see. We can always reset the lab. There we go, so let's have a look. So that successfully went through. That says it successfully went through. Looks like they all went through. Let's see what happened over here. Yeah, look, we now have minus 2,000 euros, but if we come into our portfolio, we actually have $3,000, which is good. Where's the flag though? Oh, there it is. In the response, it's covered by my face. If I move my camera to the top right, there you go. You can see the flags here. Hey Hira, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while. Have I stopped using Burp? Not entirely. I'm just using Kaido more day to day. That's all. So yeah, that's, you know. And to be honest, I wanted to spend a little bit more time doing like workflows and some other stuff. So yeah, I'm just spending more time in Kaido. Oh, all right. Correct flag. Nice. That's one of my favorite labs that I built recently. Nice little race condition. Not super crazy. Already like halfway through the labs. Let's do autogram and see how we're doing. I'm DOJ. What is DOJ? This is an acronym that I don't know. Ah, doing well. Yeah, good to see. Yeah, it's nice to be streaming again. It's you know, I'm trying to stream once a week, so yeah, all good. I haven't set an exact like time yet, but usually sometime around the weekends. So yeah, all good. Let's sign up to Autogram. Let's jump into Firefox actually. Let's go in here. Sign up. Jeremy@jeremy.com. Password. And let's see what happens. I feel like every week I should update the Autogram pictures just with more cute pictures of otters. This would be quite good. Alright. So we can add comments. Does the add comment works? Yeah, it does work. What else have we got? Can I edit my profile? Jeremy likes cats too. Okay. And then there's the logout button. And then we can post. Do I have any pictures on here? Ah, yeah, I've just got the screenshot. Which I think this is our next lab. Yay for Halloween. I should have done something for the Halloween. Made my stream more Halloween themed. Oh, I wasn't able to solve Autogram. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the vuln was this week for Autogram, so I'm just gonna step through and see if anything sticks out. Do we have the admin account? That's the question. No, we don't have the admin account. Okay. So that probably rules out some stuff that I was gonna look at. We can view other people's profiles. Okay, let's do some testing. So I think in a previous one, so we've got posts here. It's just posting the image. Yeah, and then yay for Halloween. But it's tied to my session. There's no like ID or anything there. Puts profile, yeah, and another one we could, there was an ID passed in here, so this isn't it. Unless it's optional, but I don't think so. What else have we got? Post comments. I assume this is the post ID. And then 2/comments. I wonder if there's like a cheeky puts here where we can edit. Nah, not found. Okay. Could be SQLi. Let's try and 1 = 1. See whether it loads my profile again. Ooh, okay. So and 1 = 1 works here. And 1 = 2. So this should return false. Profile not found. Yeah. Okay, so this is SQL injection for sure. Just because the behavioral change with the basically the and true and the and false means that, yeah, we get SQLi, which is quite nice. So let's take this and send this to repeater. And how do we want to do this? I think we could do it in the browser actually. Is it going to be easier in the browser? It's going to encode everything nicely for us. Let's try it here first. Let's just go for union select null, null, null. So we've got the username, and then we've got the profile picture, and then the bio. So there's at least 3 nulls in the user profile. So let's start with 3 and see 3 columns is what I mean. And that didn't find it. Loading profile, not found. Loading profile, not found. Maybe this isn't the way. Profile not found. Oh, overthinking. Yeah, overthinking's a thing, for sure. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns worked. So let's take a look. Kaido. Yeah, this all comes back. And then if we change one of these, so for example, if I change this to like test and hit send, yeah, you can see that we get test back here. So since this accepts strings, let's do union select username and password %20 for the space from users where username equals admin. If you're on Bug-Forge, so far all of the SQLi labs, the flag is always the admin's password. So that's how I know exactly like where to look for it. That doesn't necessarily mean that the table will always be called users. Maybe in some harder labs it's going to be like somewhere else, but the flag is always the currently the flag is always the admin's password. Nice, yeah. And I earned 0 points because it's a past lab. Very fun. Yep. Easy peasy SQLi. The only other thing I think I would have tested here, like when I was doing the and 1 = 1, I would try this with double quotes as well. Like, yeah, whatever double quotes is. And I'd probably also try it like this without quotes entirely and see whether that worked as well. I wonder what happens if you just terminate the statement, the SQL statement. Oh no, you need to actually, we need a quotes in there, don't we? Hello, Alpha. What are you doing? The cat's here. She's, I don't know, nuzzling the microphone for some reason. And now she's gone to cause chaos, as she usually does, which is fine. There you go. Cat cam. Hello. What are you up to? Hey? Come say hi. Oh dear, this cat. I think she got fed like half an hour ago, so she's definitely awake. So yeah, I think those are like mostly the things I would test for. And then obviously you can chuck this into like SQL map as well, which I don't use SQL map all the time. I use it sometimes, maybe 50% of the time, I think. Depends, but yeah, all good. Let's stop this lab. Let's see what else we've got. Oh yeah, the Necromancer's notebook. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh. I'm gonna have to try and find the XSS that you guys found in this one as well. So let's take a look at that first, and then I remember what the solution is to the actual challenge part. So we'll just walk through that afterwards. But it'd be good to try and find the Jeremy.com password. All right, let's see. The Grimoire of Shadows. Let's create a new grimoire. And let's call it, I don't know, Abra. And Cadabra. Add a new page. How to disappear. And then content. You can use markdowns, so we can do content. Sub-content. Make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Oh, we can make task lists. Let's not do that now. And then some content here. And then I assume like this is code, and then this is code. What else have we got in Markdown? List, like this. Let's create this page and see what happens. Okay, that's in edit and then preview. Okay. So can we just do image source equals X on error equals prompt like this? And then preview. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the cross-site scripting. Nice. Yeah, I didn't test for this when I was building this lab, so that's quite a nice one to find. There's no XSS labs at the moment in BugForge, but I'm working on it. I'm still trying to get Puppeteer properly configured so that we have some good users to attack. And then some SSRF labs are coming soon as well. So mostly we've just been doing SQLi, broken access control, broken auth, and stuff like this. But there's more stuff coming. Alright, so now we have the XSS out of the way. Let's come into here. And application. Oops, nope, storage. I was thinking of Chrome. Local storage. And let's grab this. So, if we actually come back into Kaido, we've got the JWT analyzer and we've got a decoder. So what we want to do is try and update this role to admin, but we don't know the secret key to re-sign the token once we change it. Which is everything after this final dot. So before the first dot is the headers, which is this stuff here. Then everything in the middle, between these two dots is like the payload here. So these are all the claims, although there are claims in the header as well. And then this is the signature. So what we can probably do is yeah, I've got JWT tool here. I need what's it called? Python 3-m, is it venv? And then you give it /.vmvs and then JWT. Okay, cool. And then we want to source. What did I do wrong? Oh, it's like bin activate. That's it. It's been a while since I used the Python virtual environments, but yeah. Use JWT tool to get the signature key. Yeah, this is what I usually use as well. I think JWT tool is probably the best tool to do this. So let's do Python 3-m pip install, and then is it -- upgrade pip? Ah, there's no pop. Okay, we've got pip, and then so pip install -r requirements. Okay, we're good. So we can just do Python 3 JWT tool.py-h. So it's worth noting as well the fact that in the header we have the algorithm HS256. This means that it's like or like a string or like a key that's being used that is potentially crackable. If it's like RSA whatever and it's using like a public private key, it's going to be, I don't want to say impossible to crack because I'm not sure if it is impossible or not, but it's going to be a lot harder. I probably wouldn't try and crack it unless it says HS256. So yeah, all good. Let me just send a message really quick. 2 seconds. I just need to reply to this. All right. So what do we want? Oh yeah, -t for crack. And then -t for the dictionary. Okay, so Python 3, JWT tool. We want to crack, and then let's see. Word lists, sec lists. Passwords, maybe? Dark code isn't that big. I think it's only like 100,000, so maybe it's in there. It's gonna be like something Halloween related. In fact, I remember what the key is now. So if it's not in there, at least we can check for a word list it is in. Use -c-d. Yeah, this is the way for sure. And then we need our token as well. So this is it. Hey, pumpkin is the correct key. Okay. I tested 1 million passwords. Oh, this is a lot bigger than I was expecting. WC-L. Let me just check. I used to use this word list a lot. Oh, 1 point. Wait, how many is that? 1.4 million, not 100,000. It's a lot bigger than I used to use. I used RockU. I haven't used RockU in so long. Not that it's a bad word list, I just haven't used it in ages. I don't think I have it on this PC. I was using the crack station list for quite a while. And then there's some others that are really, really big. But you don't really need to go too crazy for like CTFs. All right, so we can come back into here and then we can edit the token. So if we paste this in and then we can decode it and then we can update this to admin and then we can try and sign with pumpkin, sign. The token is successfully signed. Copy this, come back to our application, paste this in, refresh, and then, hey, thanks for subscribing, much appreciated. I'm not sure how to read the name. Sorry about that. My language skills are not where they should be, but much appreciated for the subscription. And then where do we go now? We should be an admin. Can we just go directly to /admin? Oops, too many slashes. Oh, come on. What is this? /admin. Let's go. Just typoed. Admin. Hold on. Maybe I didn't paste in the local storage. Oh no, that does look correct. Let's also modify this one because it might be like the front end just freaking out. Huh. That's strange. Oh, did I change this? So sign. Maybe I need to. I'm doing something wrong here with. That's why I didn't hit update token. Oh, signature is invalid. Sign it, and then update token. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but if needed, I can always drop it into another tool and do it that way. I think I'm just pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. That works. I think, yeah, I was like signing and then I didn't update the token and then I can't remember. Like, yeah. I don't use this plugin all that often, so that's probably why. What's up, Shazin? How you doing? Update both the cookies. Yeah, so I think like this one is just for the front end. This is just the decoded one that the front end application is using. But when it should be sending the validate request. Yeah, the API validate verify token. This is the one that is sending the encoded token. So this is the important one. And then, yeah, it grabs the flag once we get to the admin panel. I wonder if you can actually just get to this without a bearer token. That would be bad development on my part. Send. No, you do need a token, so it's all good. All right. So, can we explain all the steps we've done? Yeah. So we looked through the app. And then we found cross-site scripting, which is quite nice. I can't remember who said it, but yeah, whenever you have like things like Markdown and stuff like that, and like advanced content editors, you always want to be looking for cross-site scripting. And in this case, I can't remember what library we're using, but we're using a library as part of like the React application to do all of the formatting. And that means that you need to be able to pass special characters and things. And when you're doing it in React, it's like pass dangerous HTML or whatever it is off the top of my head, because they need to be able to be rendered properly. And doing that usually gives you cross-site scripting. So whenever you take like inputs and like user input and you accept styling from the user, you can like there's a high chance that you can find cross-site scripting, because it's hard to let some styling through and not XSS basically. Usually when I'm hunting for cross-site scripting, I usually hunt for like H1. This is a title /H1, and if you find this in an application and it actually renders as HTML, for example, so you can see here, this is actually rendered as an H1 tag. This means that you probably got cross-site scripting. So once you get HTML injection, you're probably getting cross-site scripting. And then after that, we had a look at the token. So we just came into local storage. This is the token used by the app. And then if we go to something like token.dev. So there's three parts to this. One is the headers, which are these on the left. The middle section is this payload, which is the claims here. And then this is the signature. Now, with JSON Web Tokens, this is like base64 URL encoded. But if we were to change this to like super admin, the signature doesn't match, and that's how the token is like protected, in that you can't just change it unless you can re-sign it. But because it had a weak key, we were able to crack the token using JWT tool. So with -crack, and then we used the dictionary, word list, seclist, passwords, dark code. And then that basically says, hey, pumpkin is the correct key. And now we have the key, so we can re-sign, edit the token, re-sign it, and then we're all good. And then the access control is based on this token. Oops, I'm switching screens. So we can just edit our role, and the application is like, yep, we trust the tokens. So it's all good. Yeah, that's a fun lab. I liked the Halloween lab. Spent a little bit of time on that one. Next year, we'll have like a whole week of Halloween labs, assuming I have time to build them. So it's all good. Nice. All right, let's terminate this one. And then, where am I? Ignore my janky UI. This is all of the test functionality that I've got going on. But John, you missed out on the Halloween one. We just finished solving that, but next one should be fun as well. What's up, AppSec? How you doing? Do I think AppSec University is a great source to learn API testing? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good resource. Corey does a great job teaching API security, so yeah, I think you should check it out. And if you like it, then good. But yeah, like the content is good. So this is like, you know, something to yeah, think about, which is nice. And a lot of it's free, right? Do they have like a sign up? I'm not sure whether it's like a paid course or something like that, but yeah, generally it's pretty good. When is testing JWT a waste of time? I don't think it's ever a waste of time, but if I think I have a checklist somewhere, and basically I do, where are we? Let's go back to token.dev. Like if the algorithm is RS256, for example, I'm probably not going to try and crack it. But I'm like, if I find a private key somewhere through like file inclusion or something like that, then you can then sign your own tokens. So you can like maybe upgrade a file inclusion by finding the file, private key, to then like, you know, account takeovers and privilege escalation, while then going in and changing JSON web tokens. But I probably wouldn't try like cracking it if I saw this algorithm. But there's a lot of things you can do. Like you can try the algorithm none. So you can like just drop it entirely. One thing to know is that, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this. I've definitely seen it in CTFs. I don't think I've ever seen a production system that just accepts tokens without the signature, but it's probably worth checking just to be, you know, as a sanity check. You still need the trailing dot in most systems, but not all, when you're not sending the signature. So testing with and without this trailing dot is kind of like a little gotcha for that. And then I think like JWT tool has like a good list or like a framework for like the other tests. Yeah, this is it. Or pretty much my whole JWT attack methodology is based on like this. It's been a while since I visited it, like a few years, but originally when I was starting out, I just followed this there's like known exploits and stuff. So understanding those, and then like understanding key confusion, and then different things like the KID, so like the key ID, and when you can like include keys in there and then be like, hey, verify my JWT based on this key rather than the key that you're told to. So there is like quite a lot to dig into with JSON web tokens, for sure. So you can kind of like build your own checklist and then go from there. Where am I? Whoa. If you want the advanced API training, the cert, it's paid for. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's fair, you know. Probably they put a lot of work into their content, so it makes sense. I was doing bug bounty, found a weird subdomain, only has one endpoint /HTTP. Like having like full half page of encrypted data. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I wonder if it's like a particular service or something that's running rather than you know, like a full-on web application. Sometimes you just get random endpoints and it's like some particular web service that's there. So I would keep like digging around, see if you can like fingerprint what's actually running and what it's supposed to be doing. Have a look at like the response headers, maybe do some Googling of like some of the content that is returned and see whether you can get like a thing. Sometimes like if you see a bunch of gobbledygook, if you copy and paste it into ChatGPT will be like, oh yeah, that's this, or it's like an error due to this. ChatGPT is really good for like identifying stuff when you got an error message and you don't know what it's doing or something like that. So I would say that's the way to go. Premium coffee collection. Let's add some stuff to our cart. Let me reply to this message quickly. Sorry, one sec. Okay, cool. Proceed to checkouts. I remember the very first one. Let's go with Jeremy. The first lab of Cafe Club was, yeah, with the points. I can't remember who was it. Maybe it was Beef who found that you could check out with negative points and that would add to your total. I can't remember whether I fixed it or not. Let's see if I fixed this. So if we use these points to check out and then continue to payment like this, and then I switch to Kaido and then flip on intercept and then place order And then in here, if we change this to like minus 100,000, forward the request, flip the queue back on. Oh yeah, I didn't fix it. Now we have like, hold on. Oh my god, what's going on? You can see that we now have 100,000 points, and that's not, I don't think that's today. I think that's just a bug, and then I haven't fixed it in the base lab yet, in the skeleton, and so all labs are currently basically vulnerable to this. So this is quite funny. No worries, Void Packet. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. I'll catch you on Discord anyway, so all goods. ChatGPT told me it's base 64. I mean, it could be base 64 if you try and decode it. That's something to think about. But yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure. May I know what things... Hey, Shazin, how's it going? What are the things you do to learn new things, and how do I prepare myself? Yeah, so there's a few things I do. I'm more in like general maintenance rather than like, because I'm not a security researcher, so I don't need to go like super deep on stuff. But the critical thinking podcast, I really like. And I try and read like one thing a day from like a reputable source, or somebody like will post it, somebody I know, and I'll be like, oh, this is probably worth reading. There's a few people I follow on like LinkedIn and Twitter and stuff, and when they share a post, I generally read that blog post. Between those two things and building stuff, for me, I'm really into like, you know, if I see a vulnerability, or if I learn about a new vulnerability, I try and build a lab to mimic it. And that's actually kind of how Bugforge came around, is that all the labs that I've built at the moment are, like the daily labs are supposed to be easy ones to kind of help people build their skills, get the repetitions in, find little weaknesses and things like that in their methodology so that they can improve. But the idea long term is that the weekly or monthly labs will be based on somebody's research paper or like some like niche thing. And I really like building stuff. So this is like part of Bugforge is me like, you know, staying sharp and improving my dev skills. But yeah, that's all I would say is like critical thinking podcast. Read, you know, don't spend all day reading, but read specific blog posts. I do follow a few YouTubers, mostly because I like them. I don't think there's like that many like really deep AppSec people on YouTube who are like posting regularly, which is kind of a shame. But like regularly posting like technical deep dives. Obviously, there's lots of YouTubers putting out great content, but for what I'm after, it's, you know, there's not much of it. Yeah, and so between those things, that's basically it. And I just try and do like, I'll read a couple of things a day or something like this. Wait, let me catch up with the chat and then we'll carry on with this lab. Professor Logat, how are you doing? Good to see you again, as always. I'd suggest building a list of RSS feeds. Yeah, this is a good one. And you can use something like N8N as well if you want to automate like trawling for like, you know, Reddit and other things as well. So I do that with most fields. I try to do a little bit here and there every day. Yeah, this is the same approach. This is the best thing to do, I think. Consistency over time is like what makes you good, I think. So yeah. All right. We need to find a bug in here. Profile. Aside from this obvious points bug, which means we can just check out for free. I think this is just a local filter. It's not sending anything to the server. Yeah. I wonder if... Let's have a look through these requests. I mean, the most exciting requests I can see so far are the checkouts. This might be worth checking out. Okay, so we need to check out this. We need to check out API products. We need to check out post API cards. Verified token. Don't need to check that. Yeah, I think those three will do for now. Let's see what we can find in these three. API, oops, I just copied that that request again, so let me send this. Cart is empty. Ah, gotta add stuff to my cart. Alright, we'll come back to API checkout in a second. Get API products. So I wonder if are there individual products? Yeah, compound interest. This is the trick, definitely. Doing good. What am I up to? I've just been like, I built 2 new labs today, which is good, and I'm still working on the time rotation for Bug-Forge, so that the labs don't just reset as 0 UTC. But it's a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of time before that goes live, but I'll get there. It's all good. And I still need to get like email stuff sorted as well, because currently, like, to reset your password on Bug-Forge, I'm the only one who can do password resets. So that's kind of not ideal, but lots of code. It's all good. And then just keeping the cats entertained. I wonder if this is probably, I think this is a SQLi lab. If I recall, because we were talking about this, what date is this lab? This was like yesterday's lab or the day before. And we were talking about SQL injection a lot in the Discord. Oh, that just sent us back there. Let's see. No, it doesn't like that. Yes, it is SQLi. Okay. Oh, I was looking through the requests there. I was like, huh, I don't really remember putting this lab together, but yeah, this is it. So maybe we can just end union select once again. No, no, no. So maybe like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 columns. Let's try 5 columns. Nope. And oops. Union select 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna copy and paste this because if we get it wrong, it sends us back to the product's homepage. 7. No. 8. Yes. Okay. So 8 columns, and we can do our usual. So let's test to see. I don't know. Let's just put test 1, 2, 3 in here. See where this is reflected onto the page. Yeah, this is the title. So we can do something like password from users where username equals admin. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Ah, good old union select. So much fun. We've had quite a few union select labs recently, so I'm gonna do some like blind SQLi, and I think like some second order ones as well. Second order SQL injection is always kind of an interesting one to find, but it can also be a little bit tricky. All right, last one for today. Let's take a look. Yeah, time rotation. It's the problem is the way I've built it is all of the lab containers are based, like they're all Docker containers basically, but they're all like not timestamp, date stamped, so it knows exactly which lab is which day. And now what I need to do is figure out how to like put in a rotation system so that it chooses the right day, but then we'll choose like the previous day if it's before a certain time, and it's, I don't know, it's not ideal in the way I initially built it. And so I think I just have like a lot of refactoring to do to make it work, basically, which is my own fault. I should have thought of this while I was building it rather than just being like, how do I build this as fast as possible? So yeah, technical debt, that's the story of my life at the moment, but it's all good. Keeps me busy. And I'm enjoying building Bugforge. It's so much fun. It's been great. And I've had great support from you guys. And the Discord is like, it's kind of like, it's getting busy now. There's definitely more people in. Yeah, let me put in the, if anybody hasn't seen it yet. That's the link to the Discord if anybody wants to come in and do some labs. The non-glorious work of bending around infra, yeah. All of the SSL certificates stopped working the other day as well, on like Tuesday or something, because every time I spun up a lab, it was grabbing a new certificate, and then Let's Encrypt has like a rate limit on how many certificates you can have per week, and then I just hit the rate limit. And I mean, it sounds obvious, like now I've just got a wildcard set to cover all of the labs, but again, like stuff like that is not my forte at all. So learning about like how to manage your certificate infrastructure and the renewal of certificates is like something that's brand new to me. So I learned the hard way, which is cool. Yeah, nice. All right, let's take a look at this one. Let's build a pizza. Why not? Let's go with hand tossed. Ah, these are all weird sauces. Does anybody really have like barbecue and white garlic and pesto sauce instead of tomato sauce? I might be able to stretch to buffalo. This might be quite nice, but it's got to be classic tomato. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to design my dinner quickly. And then extra... Ooh, some onions. Let's go with pineapple. Actually, pineapple... Let's go chicken and pineapple. That'll be good. Medium is fine. Alright. And then we can check out. Let's do it in Jeremy's house. Okay, and then we can come to orders, and then we can view the details. I hope this isn't another SQLi lab, because we've done 2 already today. Nah, I don't think it is. Let's just do some a little bit more testing to make sure it's not. No way there is a pizza with no tomato sauce. I agree. This is the thing. Pizzas need tomato sauce on them. For sure. Otherwise it's not a pizza, it's just some weird thing. let's take a look. Oops. Let's take a look at the requests and see what we've got. I don't know if it's common or it's just me. I feel like all I know is on the red team side. I don't know any blue team things. Yeah, I just know like theoretical stuff, and I'm feeling the gap. Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same. I spent about a year doing like blue team stuff, like configuring firewalls and incident response and things like this, but only a year. And I feel like it would be a lot more useful if I'd done more infrastructure work. Even to this day, I'm like, I don't know how load balancers really work. Like, I know that I know like what they do, but like, I've not sat and configured and like properly worked on a load balancer and then figured out, you know, what are some of the problems that can happen, especially like JSON web tokens, for example, and things like this. And it's just like, yeah, it's a bit like infrastructure is definitely a gap in my knowledge, but I just, as much as I can, try and fill my brain with more code, and that's, you know, do what you love. That's the main thing, and then you can't really go wrong. What's up, Mohammed Camo? How you doing? Let's see. Post API orders 1. What's in here? I think this is gonna be like, I wonder if we can find a logic issue where, let's come back to the menu. I remember what the solution is now. I was looking at the endpoints, I was like, what could be the problem here? Because I don't think we have the admin account for this one. I don't think there is an admin account on this lab. Admin 123. Oh, there is an admin account. Whoa. I forgot I built that. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I worked on this. Yeah. Okay. But we can't modify or do anything. Let's have a quick look in the app. Sources, static, JS. Verified token. Add cart, remove from cart, update carts, log in, log out, clear carts, cart totals. Yeah. And so we've got /API/admin there. Oh, we've got admin/stats. I presume that's what this section is. And then API/admin/users, that's what this section is. And then we've got orders as well. Path/admin. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too exciting. So there's no functionality there. It's just for views. Yeah, what I think we can do is if we come to checkout, Jeremy 1234. Let's pop on intercept again. Place order. Let's forward that. Let's change this to 1. And then we can just stop queuing. Is that what we wanted to do? I think the objective is to check out with less than the total. Maybe we need to do it earlier in the process. So okay, so here. What if we change this to 199? Oops. Post, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we get the flag. So we can use the post/API/orders endpoint, not the verify payment endpoint. And in here, you can just set your own price. Yeah, very nice. So very simple logic issue. Now, what's interesting is when you're doing bug bounty, because people, we were talking about this on Discord again the other day as well, because people don't like the hassle of canceling orders, returning things and stuff like that. A lot of payment like portals and stuff, like custom ones that aren't just like, you know, offloading you to like PayPal or something, actually have bugs in them, but nobody tests them because they don't want to go through the pain of like refunds and stuff like this. So I think if you're a bug bounty hunter and you see a custom payment portal, you're gonna find good bugs, because nobody looks at stuff like that because it's a pain. Excuse me. Submits. There we go. That's all of the labs for this week. I've got 2 more coming up, set up for tomorrow and Tuesday. And then I've got another one, I think, set up for Thursday. So I need to do Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays lab. So I'm probably going to do that this evening, see if I can get some more together, but all good. Is it normal, or I just need to harden my blue side? I think it's normal that people have like a preference on one side and then they feel weaker on like in another domain. I think it's totally normal. Don't worry too much. I think it's also useful to kind of like cross-study a little bit, but don't go nuts. Like 90% of your study time should be on like your main focus, and maybe 10% of it should be on like other fun things that might be useful. So you know, if you spend all your time studying networking, but you're working in AppSec, it's kind of wasted time. But if you spend a little bit of time studying networking and do most of your time doing AppSec, and you're trying to work in AppSec, it makes sense to kind of do this. So, studying networking, what's my opinion on the field? Networking is in like general networking or like network security? Because, I mean, for me, I think networking has changed a lot because of obviously cloud and things like this. But yeah, I would say networking is an interesting field to be in. But it's changed a lot over the years, so it's just something to keep in mind for sure. All right, I think that's it for today. I can see somebody just dropped into Discord. What's up? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, that's it for today. A little bit of a short stream, just an hour and a little bit, but I'll be back next weekend with more labs. And in the meantime, if you want to, feel free to hop into the Discord. We're still beta testing Bug-Forge, so there's still a lot more labs to come. I think there's like 24, 25 labs at the moment. I'm aiming to get 100 done before Christmas, so that we have 100 daily labs. And then I'm going to start working on like the more difficult ones that are based on research, or they're a little bit like more intermediate level, like AppSec pen testing, and do those as weekly challenges as well. So yeah, lots of fun stuff incoming, and hopefully I'll get the rotation coming through as well. Actually, before I go quickly, let's quickly look at the leaderboard. Beef is killing it at the top of the leaderboard. Dark Tooth, I think, has the most first bloods. Every day in the announcements on Discord, it's like Dark Tooth got first bloods, so he's been doing a solid job. And then you've got Shadowforge, Alex the Pirate and Beta Tester, both me, Wolfgang and Hex and Void Packet, and Jam and KF and Bob Jaggy and Meowsec all doing some good stuff as well. So very nice. Oh, I'm at the top of the monthly points. Joint top. I think we're all kind of we're all in here. So anyway, yeah, that's it. So thanks everybody for dropping by. I really appreciate you all. Yeah, really good to see you. What's up, Het Patel? We're just finishing up. I'm not sure if you're the Het that I know, because I know a guy called Het who I see every so often in London. But what's up if you are? And if you're not, then hi to you as well. But all good. All right, this is it. Catch you all next time. Really appreciate you all coming to hang out. I might try and do a midweek stream if I get the time and I'm not too tired. So look forward to that. But otherwise, I'll catch you all next weekend. And the cat is also here. You gonna say goodbye, Alfie? I don't know. She's just chilling. But I can give you a little bit of cat view before we go. And she's just gonna like chew my arm. So. All right, thanks everyone. Take it easy. Oh, not that one. Okay.